For more than 26 years, I have worked with adults over the age of 70 as a physical therapist, and during that time I have seen the same story repeat itself countless times. An older adult comes into my clinic after experiencing a fall. They are often confused, frustrated, and embarrassed. When I ask what happened, they usually tell me they were simply walking across the kitchen, down a hallway, or through their living room. They insist they were not doing anything unusual. The surprising truth is that they are absolutely correct. They were not doing anything unusual at all. In fact, that is exactly where the problem begins. The danger is often hidden in the way they walk every single day. Over time, many people develop subtle changes in their walking pattern without realizing it. These changes happen so gradually that they become normal. What starts as a little extra caution after a stumble slowly evolves into a completely different style of walking. Steps become shorter. Feet stop lifting properly from the ground. The body leans slightly forward. The eyes focus downward. The arms stop swinging naturally. Everything feels careful and controlled, but in reality, this pattern greatly increases the risk of falling. This walking style is known as a shuffle gait, and it is one of the most common movement patterns I see in older adults. Because it develops so slowly, most people never notice it happening. Unfortunately, what feels safer is often much more dangerous. When the feet barely leave the floor, even the smallest obstacle becomes a hazard. A wrinkle in a rug, a doorway threshold, a crack in a sidewalk, or an uneven floor surface can easily catch the front of the foot. Since the body is already leaning forward and taking short steps, there is very little opportunity to recover balance once a stumble occurs. The fall often happens before the person even realizes what has gone wrong. A shuffle gait also signals deeper physical changes. Important muscles throughout the body have become weaker through lack of use. The hip flexors, glutes, and core muscles gradually lose strength. At the same time, communication between the brain and the legs becomes less efficient. The encouraging news is that these changes can be reversed. The process begins with one simple adjustment that can dramatically improve the way a person walks. That adjustment is called a heel strike. A heel strike occurs when the heel touches the ground first during each step. This is the way the human body was naturally designed to walk. In healthy walking, the heel lands first, body weight smoothly rolls through the foot, and the toes push off the ground to create the next step. This motion is efficient, stable, and remarkably powerful. However, as people age and become less confident in their balance, many unconsciously stop using this natural pattern. The foot begins landing flat or even toe first. The rolling motion disappears. Steps become shorter. The feet remain close to the floor. Eventually, the person begins shuffling. Every month spent walking this way allows the muscles responsible for proper movement to become weaker because they are no longer being challenged. Correcting the problem is surprisingly simple. During every step, focus on placing the heel slightly farther forward and allow it to touch the ground first. Feel your weight move through the foot and finish the step with a gentle push from your toes. Most importantly, lift the foot instead of dragging it. Pick it up, move it forward, and place it down intentionally. This single adjustment creates several positive changes throughout the body. Step length naturally increases, improving stability and forward momentum. The foot clears the ground more effectively, reducing the risk of tripping. Posture improves because the body is encouraged to remain upright instead of leaning forward. The muscles of the hips, legs, and core become active again, helping rebuild the strength necessary to prevent falls. One small change can trigger a chain reaction that transforms the way the body moves and functions. To help make this new walking pattern feel natural, there are several exercises that can retrain the nervous system and strengthen the muscles involved in walking. The first exercise is called the conscious heel strike walk. Many people who have shuffled for years have lost the neurological pattern responsible for healthy walking. This exercise helps rebuild it. Find a hallway or open space near a wall. If needed, lightly touch the wall for support. Walk slowly while focusing entirely on your heels. With each step, deliberately place the heel on the ground first. Feel your weight move through the foot and finish with a push from the toes. Walk 10 steps forward, turn carefully, and walk 10 steps back. Repeat this 3 times. The goal is not speed. The goal is awareness. Think of this exercise as teaching the brain how to walk correctly again. Once you become comfortable on one surface, practice on different surfaces, such as carpet, tile, or hardwood. This helps your nervous system adapt the movement pattern to real-world conditions. The second exercise is called the high knee march. One of the biggest problems associated with shuffle gait is weakness in the hip flexor muscles. These muscles are responsible for lifting the leg during walking. When they become weak, foot clearance decreases and the risk of tripping increases. To perform this exercise, stand behind a sturdy chair and lightly